hijacked a plane. He demanded $200,000 in cash. He strapped on a parachute, and he jumped out of a moving aircraft into a dark, stormy night. He was never found, and to this day, nobody knows who he was. This is D.B. Cooper, the only unsolved air hijacking in American history. November 24th, 1971, the day before Thanksgiving, Portland International Airport, Oregon. A man purchased a one-way ticket on Northwest Orient Flight 305 bound for Seattle. He gave his name as Dan Cooper. He was calm, well-dressed, wearing a dark suit and a black tie. He ordered a bourbon and soda and sat quietly in the back of the plane. Nobody noticed anything unusual. Then, shortly after takeoff, he handed a note to the flight attendant Florence Schaffner. She assumed it was a phone number. She slipped it into her pocket without reading it. He leaned over and said, "Miss, you had better look at that note. I have a bomb." She read it. The note stated he had a bomb in his briefcase and was hijacking the plane. Florence walked to the cockpit and informed the pilots the hijacking had begun. D.B. Cooper's demands were precise: $200,000 in cash, negotiable bills hitting him, 4 parachutes, 2 primary, 2 reserve, and a fuel truck waiting in Seattle to refuel the plane. Authorities on the ground made a decision: comply with everything. The plane circled Seattle for 2 hours while the FBI scrambled to gather the cash and parachutes. The money, $200,000 in $20 bills, was handed over in a bag when the plane landed in Seattle. All passengers were released. Only the crew remained. Cooper examined the cash, examined the parachutes, seemed satisfied. He ordered the pilots to fly to Mexico City at the lowest possible altitude, below 10,000 feet, with the landing gear down. The crew complied. The plane took off into a dark, stormy night. Somewhere over the forest of southwest Washington, something happened at the back of the plane. A warning light indicated the rear exit stairs had been lowered. A flight attendant attempted to go back. Cooper told her to stay in the cockpit. At approximately 8:13 p.m., a pressure change indicated the rear door had opened. D.B. Cooper stepped out into the darkness, $200,000 strapped to his body, a parachute on his back, and a stormy, freezing night waiting for him below. He was never seen again. When the plane landed in Reno, Cooper was gone. The rear stairs were down, the parachute was gone, the money was gone, and D.B. Cooper had vanished into the Pacific Northwest wilderness. The FBI launched one of the largest investigations in American history. They searched thousands of square miles of dense Washington forest. They found nothing. In 1980, 8-year-old Brian Ingram was playing on the banks of the Columbia River when he found a small bundle of deteriorating $20 bills buried in mother's waist. The serial numbers matched the Cooper ransom money exactly, but it only amounted to around $5,800. Where was the rest? Nobody knows. Subscribe to the Cold Files, because the next case is already waiting. I will see you in the next file.